If you were given a home, financial support, and an entire community ready to welcome you as one of their own, would you go? Today, I'm taking you on a journey to 5 countries where that dream could become a reality. But this isn't just about cheap living. It's about something far more powerful, the chance to reinvent your life, to find love, and to finally live the way you've always dreamed, a way of life that back home might feel completely out of reach. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves in a quiet seaside village, or stepping outside your door to see rolling green hills that stretch beyond the horizon. Imagine neighbors who treat you like family from day one, bringing you fresh bread, inviting you to celebrations, and making sure you never feel alone. These aren't fantasy postcards. These are real places, and some of them are actively searching for people just like you to join their communities. So here's my question for you. Out of the 5 countries we're about to explore, which one do you think would make you drop everything? Pack your bags and start over. Let's find out. Because by the end of this video, you might just have your answer. Our first destination, Georgia, the enchanting gateway where Europe meets Asia. Nestled between the Black Sea and the towering Caucasus Mountains, Georgia is a land where every turn feels like stepping into a painting. To the north, snow-capped peaks stand proud against a crisp blue sky. To the south, green valleys stretch endlessly, dotted with villages that seem untouched by time. What makes Georgia truly special is the way it blends cultures. Over centuries, it has been a crossroads for traders, travelers, and dreamers, absorbing the best of East and West into a rich mosaic of traditions, flavors, and stories. And here's the part that might surprise you. Life here is not just beautiful, it's incredibly affordable. In rural areas, you can rent a cozy home for around $200 a month, sometimes even less. That's less than the price of a weekly grocery bill in many Western cities. And if you're ready to settle down, old stone houses with mountain views can be bought for the cost of a small car. Let me tell you about one couple. I met Anna from Germany and Lucas from Spain. They came to Georgia for a short hiking trip and never left. While exploring a quiet village in the Tusheti region, they discovered a 150-year-old stone house abandoned for decades. The asking price, under $15,000. They took a chance, bought it, and with the help of local craftsmen, restored it into a beautiful homestay. Today, travelers from around the world sleep under its wooden beams, wake up to the smell of fresh bread, and share long dinners with the villagers. But Georgia is not just about scenery or affordable living, it's about people. Georgians are famous for their hospitality. Here, guests are considered a blessing. When you're invited to someone's home, expect to be treated like family. And if you live here long enough, you'll experience Rtveli, the annual grape harvest festival. It's more than a celebration, it's a ritual of joy. Imagine neighbors gathering in the courtyard, laughing, singing, and crushing grapes barefoot. The air smells of fresh fruit and wood smoke. Traditional polyphonic songs echo through the valley as the first glasses of Kuvevri wine, aged in clay vessels buried underground, are poured. There's no rush, no formality, only a deep sense of belonging. Picture this. It's dawn. You open your creaky wooden door and the cold mountain air brushes your face. The Caucasus peaks are glowing pink with the sunrise, their snow sparkling like diamonds. A neighbor walks over with a smile and a bottle. In Georgia, it's not unusual for someone to knock on your door at 8 a.m. just to invite you to drink wine with them, not out of habit, but out of pure joy in sharing life. So, would you dare to live in a place where your day could begin like that? Our next destination, Albania, the hidden jewel of the Mediterranean, still untouched and waiting to be discovered. Lying along the Adriatic and Ionian Seas, Albania holds a rare gift, the turquoise embrace of the sea and majestic mountain ranges only a short distance apart. Here you can leave the capital city of Tirana in the morning, savor a hot coffee in a quiet little cafe, and just a few hours later, find yourself stepping into the crystal-clear waters of Samil, where tiny green-covered islands float in a sea of deep blue. What makes Albania special is not only its breathtaking scenery, but also its surprisingly low cost of living. In coastal fishing villages, many homes are available for almost symbolic rent, as long as you're willing to stay long-term and become part of the local life. While in Italy or Greece, you'd pay triple for a similar lifestyle. Here, you save money and live within a community that is warm, welcoming, and sincere. Imagine a day in Albania. Morning, you open the balcony doors, letting in the salty sea breeze, carrying with it the aroma of freshly baked bread from the little shop down the street. You hold a cup of strong black coffee and gaze at the harbor, where brightly painted wooden boats return from a night at sea, their decks glistening with fresh fish under the sun. The waves, the cry of seagulls, the cheerful voices of fishermen together, they form a peaceful soundtrack to start your day. By noon, you decide to trade the sea for the mountains. The winding road takes you through endless olive groves and into centuries-old villages. Red-tiled roofs, moss-covered stone walls, and narrow cobblestone streets create a scene straight out of an old storybook. Children laugh and play near the village well, while the elders sit beneath shady trees sipping raki and sharing tales. The cool, clean mountain air fills your lungs, and every breath feels slower, deeper. As sunset approaches, you return to the coast. A small seaside tavern welcomes you in. On the table, a feast of freshly caught seafood, golden grilled shrimp, crispy calamari, and fish marinated with herbs and cooked over charcoal, all for around $5. In the distance, the lights of night fishing boats twinkle across the water like fallen stars. Somewhere nearby, a mandolin plays its notes, weaving through the rhythm of the waves, making you wish this moment could last forever. In Albania, every day can be a complete journey, mornings with the sunrise by the sea, afternoons wandering mountain paths, and evenings tasting the freshest flavors of the Mediterranean. It's a place where nature, culture, and community come together to create a life you won't easily find anywhere else. So, what would you choose, waking up each morning to the endless blue of the sea, or living surrounded by the quiet peace of the mountains? Our third destination, Bulgaria. A land where ancient villages, seasonal festivals, and warm-hearted people weave together into a living tapestry. In the heart of Eastern Europe, Bulgaria offers not only the beauty of the Balkan mountains and lush valleys, but also something rare in Europe today, the chance to own a centuries-old home for a price that's almost unbelievable. In some villages, with just $1,000 to $3,000 about the cost of a new smartphone, you could buy a house. Of course, most of them need renovations, but the beauty here is that the community won't let you do it alone. They'll connect you with local carpenters, builders, and sometimes even show up to lend a helping hand themselves. Picture a crisp autumn morning in a small Bulgarian village. The cobblestone street is lined with tall trees, golden leaves falling softly to create a glowing carpet underfoot. The sweet aroma of bread baking in wood-fired ovens drifts through the air, mixing with the scent of ripe apples hanging from trellises. From the red-tiled rooftops, thin smoke curls upward, signaling that warm family meals are being prepared. Every season here has its own celebrations, but autumn comes alive with harvest festivals. From grape harvest gatherings, where the whole village comes together to press wine and raise their glasses, to the world-famous Rose Festival, where pink blooms carpet entire valleys. These events are a chance for neighbors to sing, dance, and share traditional dishes passed down through generations. Newcomers aren't treated as outsiders. You'll be welcomed to the table, handed a glass of rakia, and pulled into the circle dance laughter all around you. Becoming part of the community here is easier than you might think. Many villages offer free Bulgarian language classes for foreigners, helping you understand and chat with your neighbors within just a few months. And one morning you might open your door to find a neighbor standing there with a basket full of bright red tomatoes, golden pumpkins, or crisp cucumbers, gifts from their own garden offered with a warm smile. Life in Bulgaria moves to a gentler rhythm. Here, everyone knows your name, the food changes with the seasons, and each festival is a reminder that happiness doesn't need to be complicated. The home you buy here is more than four walls. It's your entry ticket into a close-knit community where you'll always feel you belong. So, if you could buy an old European home for the price of a smartphone, would you do it? Our fourth destination, Vietnam, where the past and present flow together like waves meeting the shore, creating a vibrant symphony of life. From the golden lantern-lit streets of Hoi An to the bustling pace of Hanoi, from the terraced rice fields of the northern mountains to the endless beaches of the central coast, Vietnam is a country of rare diversity. But what makes so many people stay isn't just the natural beauty, it's the incredibly low cost of living and the warmth of a community that welcomes you with open arms. Let me tell you the story of Mark, an American who once lived in New York. He worked in advertising, high income, but at the cost of relentless pressure and sky-high living expenses. One day, Mark decided to change everything. He booked a ticket to Hoi An, an ancient city along the Thu Ban River, and began teaching English online to students around the world. Now, with a budget of just $500 a month, including rent for a small house with a garden, food, and transportation, he enjoys a slower, richer life. Mornings with coffee by the river, afternoons cycling through green rice paddies, evenings strolling beneath glowing lanterns. Vietnam is a feast for the senses. In Hoi An's morning market, vibrant stalls overflow with fresh vegetables, tropical fruits, and fragrant flowers. The calls of vendors mix with the jingling bells of delivery bicycles, while the scent of hot pho blends with the deep aroma of freshly roasted coffee. Down in the Mekong Delta, you might find yourself gliding through a floating market surrounded by laughter, the hum of boat engines, and vessels piled high with mangoes, pineapples, and rambutans. But Vietnam isn't just a place to live, it's a land of opportunity. Many foreigners have successfully opened small, uniquely styled cafes or cozy homestays for international travelers. With only a modest investment, you can create a steady income while becoming part of the local rhythm of life. And perhaps the most unforgettable part of Vietnam is its people. Warm, genuine, and always ready to help, the Vietnamese have a way of making you feel at home. Within just a few weeks, you might have new friends, invitations to family dinners, or spontaneous trips to the countryside. Here, you're not just a foreigner, you become part of a story woven into the fabric of a close-knit community. So, would you rather live in the energetic heartbeat of Hanoi or in the peaceful, timeless charm of Hoi An? Our final destination, Uruguay, a peaceful haven in the heart of South America where life moves at a slower pace and community bonds are strong. Uruguay is known as one of the safest and most stable countries in the region, both politically and economically. And it has a rare distinction: Uruguay does not maintain a standing army. Instead, it places its trust in peace diplomacy and community unity to safeguard the nation. This has created an atmosphere so safe and welcoming that many people leave their doors open during the day without a second thought. The cost of living here is moderate, especially in rural areas and small coastal towns. You can rent a 2 or 3 bedroom home with a garden not far from the beach for $400 to $600 USD per month. If you're willing to live a bit farther from the center, prices can drop to $250, $350 USD. Compared to the United States, these numbers are astonishing. In New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, a one-bedroom apartment can cost $2,000 to $3,500 USD per month, and that's before utilities. This means that what you'd spend on rent in the US for a single month could cover 6 months of living in Uruguay, including housing, food, and other basic expenses. The Uruguayan government also actively encourages people to move to rural areas through programs that provide land financial grants or low-interest loans to build homes and start new livelihoods. Many foreigners have taken advantage of these opportunities to begin a new chapter. One such example is the Lopez family from Spain. 5 years ago, they came to Uruguay and received support to purchase a plot of land on the outskirts of town. They started a small organic farm, raising chickens and growing vegetables, and every week they sell their produce at the local farmers market. It's the kind of place where everyone knows each other's names, checks in on each other's health, and yes, even remembers the name of your dog. But Uruguay isn't just about farming or rural life. It's also about unforgettable moments like sunset at Punta del Este. Picture yourself sitting on soft golden sand, the vast Atlantic stretching out before you. The sun slowly dips into the ocean, painting the sky in shades of orange, pink, and violet. Around you, locals gather in small groups, sipping mate, the traditional herbal tea shared among friends and family. The waves keep a gentle rhythm, laughter drifts in the breeze, and all the stress of city life feels like a distant memory. In Uruguay, life is unhurried. People are warm and community ties run deep. This is a place where neighbors don't just know who you are, they know your dog's name too. So, would you trade the noise and rush of the city for a place where your neighbors know your dog's name? We've just explored 5 countries together, each with its own story, rhythm of life, and unique opportunity. Georgia, the gateway of Europe and Asia, where the majestic Caucasus Mountains meet endless wine feasts and unmatched hospitality. Albania, the untouched Mediterranean gem, where you can watch the blue sea in the morning, hike the mountains in the afternoon, and enjoy fresh seafood at night for just a few dollars. Bulgaria, the European village of your dreams, cobblestone streets covered in golden leaves, lively harvest festivals, and a community that welcomes you like family. Vietnam, where past and present intertwine, vibrant markets, ancient streets, and the chance to slow down and live among a warm-hearted community. Uruguay, a peaceful haven in South America. A country with no standing army, relying only on peace diplomacy and the breathtaking sunsets of Punta del Este. Each one is a different piece of the puzzle, but all share one thing in common. They open the door for you to start over in your own way. If you had to choose one of these 5 places to begin again, which would you pick? Leave your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear your choice, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the journeys ahead.